I Only See Strangers, Chapter 10. There were signs where I was headed. They let you know. As a child, they warn you if you're going to be on the menu. It started when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and we'd moved into a block of flats which had a small playground attached to it. I was on the swings one day, legs stretched out, head somewhere below sea level, so I had a panoramic view of the sky, and I noticed a black dot way out in the distance, which rapidly developed into a black cloud. It was soot black. It looked like a smudge painted on the sky, and it was moving way faster than the other clouds. As it got closer, it morphed into a flock of literally monstrous black birds, and soon they were swarming around me. They looked like ravens, but huge, capable of dwarfing a harrier, a kite, or even a black eagle, and with distinct red, down-curved beaks and pink legs. It made me feel dizzy, and I fainted. Lenny from the flat downstairs ran and got my mum. She didn't believe me. Thought I'd been imagining it. Said crows don't have red beaks, and giant ones don't come in swarms, not around South London. They came back, though, and visited me again more than once, always swarms of them, and always when I was on the swings. I couldn't bear the swings after that. I kept passing out. When I got older, I came across a library book about birds. It turned out my mum had been mistaken about crows not having red beaks. The book showed pictures of the different types of crow. The smaller ones, including the jackdaw, the jay, and the one I'd never heard of called a chuff. I had to do a double take then. I was staring at a picture of a crow with a red beak and pinkish legs. It was the same species of bird, albeit much smaller, that had visited me on the swings. I did some reading then and found that the chuff was a rare bird in the UK, and most of the time only found in the coastal heathland areas of Scotland, Wales and Ireland, with a few stragglers in Cornwall. It didn't do London. It wasn't chuffs that visited me as a child then. It couldn't have been. They look like chuffs, but that's as far as it goes. For a long time I considered the very real possibility that I had been abducted by aliens. That the birds were a screen memory. There must have been, or a common occurrence. That's a common occurrence in alien abduction. People get screen memories, where they see an animal or a bird, but I don't think that anymore. I don't think that I was abducted by aliens. There was no spaceship, no little greys with huge black eyes. There were just the huge black birds with the red beaks and legs, and they made me ill. And I know why. I won't why now anyway. They were clearly an omen. Chapter 11. I Only See Strangers. The theme from Mahogany has faded out. A loud voice brings me back to the present. Lisa, how are you? A shoulder-length dyed black perm with pale blue blouse, bodycon skirt and faux leather handbag has gone rigor mortis. Her arm is stuck behind her, clinging to her lifeline, smart receding 30-something in neutral chinos with suit jacket and token tie. Their path has been blocked by a worse-for-wear, going on 40, few extra pounds, fading, carrot curls numbering tight jeans and a tight zip-up jacket. Right behind her is a wiry black 20-something with a number 1 on top and a face primed with the proper amount of stubble. Shell, wow, yeah, amazing. Amazing. Lisa's ginger head enters spin cycle. She shudders. Head comes to a stop. She takes a deep breath. Her eyes wide as saucers, chin forced up with a manic smile. Yeah, I'm great. How are you? Michelle recovers some movement from the neck above. Her closed lips smile breaks the speed limit, so I can't tell if it was just a facial tic. She flips her head round to look at Chinos, then turns back and gives Lisa the once-over. You look so well. Oh, I am. I'm sorting myself out. I really am, you know what I mean, Shell? Oh, good, isn't it, Matt? Charles shakes Matt's arm. He nods once, slowly. No flicker on his face. It's so lovely to see you. Charlotte is already carving an escape route by running her bum along a table, leading Matt with her by the tip of his tie. And you, yeah, lovely, yes, yeah, it's lovely to see you, Charlotte. Lisa's smile remains fixed as she turns to her black lover. He is making a great break for the bar. Once Charlotte's at a safe distance, Lisa's smile drops at the speed of light, making me wonder if gravity has just got stronger. Mental health case, or booze, or druggy, I can see that. Sorting herself out, though. I'm seriously impressed. One day she'll be sorted. I could see her placing that last grain of sand neatly in order just before high tide hits the beach again. Good luck to her. The poxy truth is that I lost my sorted status pretty soon after I was born. By the time I was in my mid-20s, I had morphed into an economic leper. No produce. The consuming tailed off too, which is worse. No excuse for that, because the media blasts out constant wake-up calls, how we need to keep picking ourselves to death to aid economic growth and all that. I couldn't face the shops, though, only the back alleys, and that doesn't really help the GDP, not officially anyhow. It wasn't like there was anyone around to care, except the dole office at the time. Dan the elephant. Guaranteed at least one black eye or bloody nose hanging about there every time. Grey, miserable. Well, at least it was grey before they painted it pink anyway. Really miserable queues, everyone clucking. By my 30s, I had upgraded for a while to a bench, fully furnished with dribble and damp. Lawn both front and back seeded with shattered glass and the stink of stale piss. My next door neighbour was Sam. He used to lend a mouth, slurring on about Belfast and his army days, how the country owes him all this and his Tommy mates and all that crap. He looked out for me, though, gave me smokes and stuff, till his wino mate started dissing me for being a junkie. That's normal for them. Junkie bashing. Alcoholics are just about the only bods who can lie in the gutter and look down on people. Charlotte's at a safe distance now. You too. Bye. Lisa smiles, drops again at speed of light. She keeps dropping it, smiling again, dropping it. Makes me wonder if gravity has just got stronger again. The table Elephant Woman and the Wimp were at has been taken by a Latin sort of geezer and a way too young mixed race girl. He's the overly smooth, oily type with full set of Colgate tiles in his mouth and a stupidly wide dick-fueled beam on his face. She's staring at her phone and searching through her handbag with her spare hand. The two of them don't fit because she looks way too clued up to fall for the Casanova act. I look down again at Nurse Ayunda Ngola's statement for the hearing, skimming through till I get to the bit where I left off. I'll start reading. On the night of the 11th of January 2015, I was on the night shift. Miss Westerly was in her room, and I had been informed that she was not feeling well, had been seen by the doctor, and that physical observations were due to be taken every 4 hours. She had not been eating or drinking, so was placed on 15-minute general observations, and a fluid chart was commenced. She was noted to have taken some fluids and eaten one biscuit. She complained of being cold and was given a blanket. At 6 p.m, her observations showed a pulse 106, blood pressure 93/63, and temperature 36.1. The blood pressure was low compared to the previous reading, and the pulse slightly up. But these readings were not significantly abnormal for me to call the doctor back again. At 10 p.m, I was called to Miss Westerly's room by agency worker Brian Larson, and found her to be on the floor, naked and wrapped in a blanket. On touching her legs, I found them to be abnormally cold. Her pulse had been tested at 79, blood pressure 68/45. At this point, I went back into the office to call the senior nurse for that shift, who was over on Linton Ward. I can feel my own blood pressure now, building fast. Senior nurse. Senior fucking nurse. How about an ambulance, or at least a doctor? I drain my glass of whiskey and slam it down on the table. Jesus. Mr. Overly smooth, oily, and his young prey turn their heads for a moment. I give them a rabid glare and he looks away quick. She holds it for a second, then backs down. I didn't come here to be a freak show, so I sweep my papers up, stuff them in my bag, and head back upstairs.